In the silence of the desert, some secrets were never meant to be disturbed, until the Sahara spoke back. The Sahara has always been a place of mystery, but what we're about to show you goes far beyond anything you've seen before. Horrifying has awakened beneath the dunes, and it's no longer hiding. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Mystery of Egypt's Black Desert. Hidden deep inside Egypt's Sahara is a land that looks like it came from another world. This is the Black Desert, where dark black stones cover the sand instead of the usual golden color. These rocks were likely made millions of years ago by powerful volcanic eruptions, but some of the stones shine like metal. And that has made some experts wonder, did a giant meteor crash here long ago? This place is more than just strange, it's massive, with black hills and wide plateaus that look completely out of place in the desert. The way these sharp, dark formations rise from the sand feels almost planned, like something from an ancient secret. Some people think early civilizations might have used this area for rituals or hidden structures, now lost under the sands. Scientists still believe volcanoes created it, but many questions remain. Was it just fire from the earth? Or something from the stars? The Black Desert keeps its secrets, and it's still one of the most mysterious places in the entire Sahara. Snow in the Sahara. First it was the Golden Desert, then it turned white like snow. The Sahara is one of the hottest and driest places on Earth. But sometimes, in the most shocking twist of nature, snow has fallen right on its burning sands. Snow was seen in 1979, 2016, 2018, and again in 2022. For a few hours, the hot desert dunes looked like a frozen dream. This rare snow turns the land into a strange mix of fire and ice that feels straight out of a movie. So, how does snow end up in a desert? Scientists say it happens when cold winds come down from Europe and mix with the high mountain areas, like in Anifra, Algeria. At night, temperatures can drop super low, and if there's just a little moisture in the air, boom! Snow. Some even believe ancient people saw this too, long ago. Maybe the Sahara wasn't always so dry. And maybe, just maybe, our changing climate is making these rare, snowy moments more common. Nature, it seems, always has one more surprise waiting. Wandering sand giants of the Sahara. These aren't just piles of sand, these are giants that move. Deep inside the Sahara Desert, some sand dunes stand taller than 1,000 feet, like mountains made of dust. But the strangest part? They don't stay in one place. These are called star dunes, shaped like giant stars with many arms. Unlike regular dunes that move in one direction, these mysterious giants twist and turn without any clear pattern. Scientists were baffled for years until satellite technology started showing how these dunes have been slowly crawling across the desert for thousands of years, even swallowing entire areas along the way. But the real shock comes when they move. As the sand shifts, it sometimes reveals pieces of ancient history, fossils, tools, and ruins from long-forgotten people. Some experts believe that entire lost cities could still be hiding under the sand, waiting to be found. What makes these sand giants move so strangely? Experts say it could be desert winds, changing weather, or even underground forces we don't fully understand yet. The Sahara is alive, always moving, always changing, and hiding secrets beneath every grain of sand. A mystery of the desert glass. Beneath the burning sun of the Sahara lies a strange treasure, glowing yellow-green glass scattered across Egypt and Libya. It's not normal glass, this is Libyan desert glass, so pure and flawless that ancient Egyptians once shaped it into jewelry for a pharaoh's tomb. Scientists say this glass is nearly 29 million years old, but no one truly knows how it got there. Some believe a meteor exploded above the desert and turned the sand into glass with its heat. But here's the strange part. There's no crater. No sign of a massive impact that could have caused such a blast. Maybe time and wind wiped the evidence away. Or maybe something else, something unknown, melted the sand long ago. Whatever happened, this mysterious glass still confuses experts. Volcanoes hidden beneath the Sahara. Long before the Sahara became a sea of burning sand, it was a land of fire and fury. Hidden beneath the endless dunes are the remains of massive volcanoes that once exploded with molten lava. One of them, Emi Kusi in Chad, still stands tall at 11,240 feet, making it the highest peak in the entire Sahara. Scientists say this sleeping giant might have once changed the weather across the region with its eruptions. Today, it's quiet, but its massive crater tells a story of a time when the desert roared with fire. But that's not all. On the edge of the Sahara in Saudi Arabia lies Hala al-Bad, a strange volcanic formation that may have inspired ancient myths. Experts believe early humans might have seen its fiery eruptions and woven those sites into their stories. These discoveries are forcing scientists to rethink the Sahara's past. Not just a lifeless desert, but a land once shaped by violent explosions. And the big question now is, could these volcanoes ever wake up again? Sea monsters found in the Sahara. Imagine walking across the hot, dry sands of the Sahara and suddenly finding giant bones of sea creatures. That's exactly what happened. Scientists discovered massive fossils buried under the desert, proving that this land was once a deep ocean full of strange marine life. One of the most shocking finds was a giant plesiosaur, a sea reptile with a long neck that lived around 100 million years ago. It's the kind of creature people compared to the Loch Ness Monster, but no one expected to find it in the middle of the desert. But that's not all. Experts also found fossils of giant crocodiles more than 30 feet long, and even the ancestors of whales. All of these creatures lived in the ancient Tethys Sea, which once covered North Africa, turning today's desert into an underwater world. These discoveries completely change what we thought we knew about the Sahara. Long before it became a desert, it was a sea full of life, mystery, and monsters from a forgotten time. Sahara's hidden volcanic secret. From space, a strange dark patch cuts across the golden sands of Libya like a massive scar. This isn't a shadow or a trick of light, it's the Harouj volcanic field, a huge land of frozen fire. Spread across 44,000 square kilometers, it holds around 150 extinct volcanoes. Long before the Sahara became a dry desert, this place was alive with lava. Volcanoes exploded with such force that they turned the land into a sea of burning rock and ash. Some eruptions here happened over 6 million years ago, showing how wild and violent Earth once was. Here's the part that gives you chills. When sunlight hits the lava rocks, the ground actually sparkles like gold. You can even see the shimmer from space. But deep under this quiet surface, scientists still wonder, could something be hiding? Maybe magma pockets still sit below, waiting. It's hard to believe, but this lifeless land may have once held forests and animals, all erased by fire. The Harouj is not just a dead volcano field. It's a silent witness to a fiery past we're only beginning to understand. Secrets of Sahara giants. Beneath the endless sands of the Sahara, something strange has been discovered. Bones so massive, they don't match any normal human size. In Libya, deep in ancient burial sites, scientists found skeletons much larger than expected. These aren't just tall people, they're built strong and wide like something out of a forgotten age. Alongside the bones were mysterious objects, pointing to a hidden culture that once lived here, long before the desert swallowed everything. And that's not all. Fossils of giant animals, like massive crocodile-like beasts and huge mammals, have also been found nearby. Some say these may have been confused with humans, but others think a race of giant people might have really walked this land. Most experts call them rare cases, or ancient mega-animals, but a few believe there are still secrets buried deep in the dunes, just waiting to change everything we know about our past. Footprints lost in the Sahara. Long ago, the Sahara wasn't a dry land of endless sand. It was full of green fields, rivers, and life. Scientists in Saudi Arabia made an unbelievable discovery under its blazing sands: human and animal footprints over 100,000 years old. These prints were left in soft mud, now hardened by time, showing early humans walking beside elephants and other huge animals. It tells a powerful story. These people weren't just surviving, they were moving across a living, breathing Sahara, using it like a natural highway. But something strange happened. Many of the footprints suddenly stop, as if the people just vanished. Did the sands cover them, or did something terrifying make them run? This mystery challenges what we thought we knew about human migration. The Sahara wasn't always a dead zone. It once supported entire communities, and now every footprint we uncover is like a message from the past. Who knows what secrets still lie hidden under those dunes? Secrets beneath the Sahara. Beneath the burning sands of the Sahara, something shocking has been discovered. A hidden maze of tunnels stretching for miles underground. These aren't random cracks in the earth. They're expertly carved and carefully built. Researchers believe an ancient civilization made them long before the Sahara became a desert. But why? Were they hiding, trading, or running from danger? The mystery only gets deeper when you realize how well hidden these tunnels were, as if someone didn't want them found. Some experts think the tunnels were built for moving water, while others say this points to a lost, advanced society. What happened to them? Did a disaster wipe them out? Or did they vanish into history, leaving their secrets behind? These underground paths might even lead to lost cities still buried under the sand. One thing's clear, the Sahara's underground world could be one of the greatest secrets of our past, waiting to tell its story. Alien figures in Sahara Cave? Deep inside the lonely mountains of Algeria, there's a place called Tassili Najer, where something strange is painted on the cave walls. These ancient artworks are over 12,000 years old, but what's shocking is what they show. Weird human-like figures with long heads, giant eyes, and shapes that don't look normal at all. Some even look like they're wearing spacesuits. One painting, called The Running Horned Woman, looks like she's floating in some kind of strange gear. And she's not alone. Hundreds of other strange beings fill these caves. Some are flying, some are huge, and some look like they're talking to humans. Now, here's where the mystery gets wild. Some people think these are gods or old shamans from ancient stories, but others ask, what if these were real encounters with something not from Earth? The creatures look a lot like the aliens we talk about today. Could early humans have painted what they actually saw? Most scientists say no, it's just spiritual art. But one thing is clear, these cave paintings are not normal. They're weird, they're different, and they raise one big question. What exactly did those ancient people witness out there in the desert? The hidden river beneath the Sahara. There's something shocking buried deep under the Sahara Desert. In 2015, scientists found signs of a giant ancient river hidden beneath the sand. It wasn't a small stream. This river stretched over 500 kilometers, cutting through the heart of the desert and reaching all the way to the Mauritanian coast. It was fed by water from the Atlas and Hoggar Mountains and is called the Tamanrasset River. Today it's dry and buried, but once it carved deep channels and helped life grow in the middle of what we now call endless desert. Here's where it gets even more wild. That area was once green, full of plants, animals, and water during something called the African Humid Period. That river could have been one of the biggest in the world if it flowed today. Satellite radar helped scientists see the full river system hidden below the sand. Long ago, this river gave people and animals a way to travel across Africa and survive in a place we now think of as dry and empty. The Well of Hell. Yemen's desert mystery. Something strange lies deep in the deserts of Yemen. Locals call it the Well of Hell, a giant sinkhole in the Al-Mara province that people have feared for generations. They believe it's cursed, home to mysterious creatures from ancient Arabian stories. Many say that whoever goes down never comes back. For years, no one dared to explore it, but in 2021, a group of scientists finally went inside, risking everything to uncover the truth. What they found was shocking. The sinkhole goes 367 feet deep, filled with strange cave life, huge rocky spikes called stalagmites, and dark green water. The air wasn't poisonous like many feared, but the silence and darkness made it feel haunted. They didn't find any jinn, but the strange life surviving deep inside amazed them. No one knows where the sinkhole came from, or if more like it are hiding in the desert. Even today, this hole in the earth keeps its secrets close. Sahara's hidden mummies. In the heart of the burning Sahara, where even staying alive is tough, something shocking has come out of the sand. Ancient mummies, perfectly preserved for more than 5,000 years. These bodies were found in places like modern-day Niger, far from Egypt, and yet their preservation is just as amazing. One of the most famous is the Takamanda mummy. It wasn't embalmed like Egyptian ones, but the desert's dry air and burial style kept the body in incredible shape. It's wild to think that such preservation happened long before Egypt's famous techniques. But here's where the mystery gets deeper. Some of these mummies show signs of special care, like they were treated on purpose. This hints at a lost civilization with smart burial skills, possibly even influencing ancient Egypt. Even stranger, these mummies were found in areas that used to be green and full of life. That means the Sahara wasn't always a dry wasteland. Every mummy found tells a new story, but also leaves us with more questions about a forgotten world buried under the sand. Secrets buried beneath the Sahara. The Sahara Desert wasn't always a land of endless sand and scorching heat. Long ago, it was full of green fields, flowing rivers, and wild animals. But the most shocking part? Scientists have found human skeletons buried deep under the desert, proving people once lived happy, full lives there. In a place called Gobero in Niger, they uncovered more than 200 skeletons, some buried with care, showing signs of rituals. These belonged to two ancient groups, the Strongkifians, who hunted big animals, and the Slendertonarians, who fished and gathered smaller creatures. But then, nature changed everything. The rain stopped, the rivers vanished, and the Sahara turned dry and dead. Those once lively people had no choice but to leave their homes behind. Experts believe this massive climate shift forced people to move toward places like the Nile Valley. Now the big question remains, what other lost secrets are still buried deep beneath the sands? The Eye of the Sahara. Hidden deep in the Sahara Desert is a giant circle so perfect it looks like someone drew it on purpose. From space, it almost looks like an eye staring back. That's why it's called the Eye of the Sahara. Scientists once thought a massive asteroid crashed here, but no signs of a collision were ever found. This place, also known as the Richek structure, is nearly 30 kilometers wide, and its rings look like something out of a sci-fi movie. For years, experts argued whether it was made by a meteor or a volcano, but both ideas had gaps. Then came a stunning discovery. Geologists now believe the eye was created over 100 million years ago, when hot, molten rock pushed up from underground and slowly shaped the land. Over time, wind and rain carved out the rings we see today. But here's the twist. Some people think this strange formation might actually be the lost city of Atlantis. They say the size, shape, and even its location match the ancient descriptions by Plato. Could a forgotten civilization have lived here, only to vanish under the sands of time? Creepy handprints found in Desert Cave. Deep inside Egypt's western desert, there's a hidden place called the Cave of Beasts. It was discovered in 2002 and has more than 5,000 old drawings on the walls. You'll see animals, strange human-like shapes, and the scariest thing, dozens of tiny ghost-like handprints. At first, experts thought kids made them, but after close study, they realized something was off, and the hand shapes didn't match any human hand. Here's where it gets weird. Some believe these prints came from desert animals, like lizards or baby crocodiles, maybe used in strange rituals. Others say they might be signs of spirits or something not from this world. No one really knows. This cave, thousands of years old, still hides its secrets, and the mystery of those tiny hands is far from solved. Lost pyramids hidden under Sahara beneath the scorching sands of the Sahara. Scientists may have found something shocking. Lost pyramids that no one knew existed. With the help of powerful satellite technology, researchers spotted strange shapes under the ground. These shapes look just like Egyptian pyramids. But the real twist? Some of them are in places where pyramids were never expected. Along with these, they also found signs of thousands of tombs and settlements buried deep under the desert. Now here's the mystery. Are these early Egyptian pyramids, or do they belong to a forgotten kingdom lost in time? Digging in the Sahara isn't easy. The sand keeps moving and the ruins are delicate. But if these structures are real pyramids, they could change everything we know about ancient history in North Africa. Somewhere beneath that sand, a whole civilization might be waiting to be discovered. The mystery craters of the Sahara. Something strange is hiding in the Sahara Desert. Giant round craters are scattered across the land, and no one is really sure how they got there. One of them, called the Tanumir crater in Mauritania, is over 1 mile wide and almost perfectly round. It looks like something huge exploded there long ago. Scientists first thought it was made by a volcano, but when they studied the rocks, they found signs of something far more powerful. A meteor crashing into the earth with massive energy. But the mystery gets even weirder. In different parts of the Sahara, shiny glass pieces have been found. One of them was even used in King Tutankhamun's tomb as a glowing yellow jewel. Tests showed these glass pieces were made by heat hotter than any volcano. Some experts think a meteor exploded in the sky and melted the desert sand. But if that's true, why haven't we found the crater? Is there something else behind this desert mystery? Hidden water under the Sahara Desert. Beneath the dry and burning sands of the Sahara lies a shocking secret. Scientists discovered giant lakes of water hidden deep underground. These aren't tiny puddles. They could fill the Great Lakes again and again. While the surface looks empty and dead, underneath it, the desert holds life-giving water that could change how we see this harsh land forever. But that's not all. In Libya, surrounded by endless dunes, there are real lakes called the Ubari Lakes. Long ago, the Sahara was full of green trees and rivers, and these lakes are the last memory of that time. But the water there has become salty and toxic after thousands of years. Even so, small groups of people still live nearby, holding on to their old ways of life. The desert may look empty, but the truth is buried deep beneath the surface, and sometimes it claws its way back up. If you're still watching, hit that like button, subscribe for more terrifying discoveries, and let us know in the comments, what do you think is hiding under the Sahara?